Hello everybody, this is Gamer with Opinion, Dentatus from War Alliance on server 119 in the game Infinity Kingdom, and welcome to this Christmas edition of our tutorial series. And for this Christmas edition, I will be doing a buying guide, and at the same time I'll be doing a from the ground up castle, because the more I play with my brethrens, the more I realize that people don't really get how to start a castle properly. So first, um, to be able to start a castle, like if you really want to be at least a mid-level player, you need to do some buying. Can't show them to you because they're gone. I already bought them, and it never spawns back, right? But it is a good start, which gives you here the extra Q for building so permanently. That is a very wise investment. This is $5. So this is a must. Like if you want to play this game, you need the double Q, because you're getting contracts, builder contracts, to get a third queue. So and that you get enough, and you use them at critical point in time to rush up your leveling up for certain phases. That being said, sorry. That being said, this is like for the even for the free to play players. This is the spending you gotta do. So like you can do it free mode, right? But it's gonna take you way longer to be able to actually grow and find your place in an alliance that'll give you enough reward to grow further without investing much money or no money at all. All right. It's all about patience as well. Of course, as you can see, this castle will be soon a month old. And I did invest quite a bit in this, but not as much as people would think, actually. Because I did made calculation before playing this game, and this is where I'm getting at. When you start a game like this, and you want to get involved, seriously involved, that means being active. That's the first thing you gotta do. If you don't throw in money or don't throw in much money, be active. It's the first key point that Alliance are looking into players. If you are active, even if you don't generate much rewards in the form of a gift chest for the Alliance, you are a precious asset to an Alliance. Secondly, follow directions from your alliance. Usually, a good alliance, there are people that know how to play the game. Ask for advice. Don't be afraid to look like you don't know nothing. Everybody's a noob at the game when it starts it. All right, even the good players. 3. Study the game before playing it. How do you study a game? Well, if you don't get into the game like right away when it comes out, what you do is that you surf the net a bit, maybe get a few videos, maybe get a few guides, go onto the company site and see what it looks like. Check out the player base. The data is available publicly. So check out the database, and especially how it grew in let's say the first 3 months, and so on and so forth, depending on when you get in. Get in before the game is 1 year old. Because 1 year old, so when you get into that target area, it's still early access. There's lots of rewards that are really good and that will not come back ever. So that adds value to your castle. You might want to sell your castle one day, who knows? So those are the basic rules when you want to get into a game. Now, go into start a few tester castles or whatever it is in the game. So, well, we're going to talk about this game, so castles. Start a few castles, right? Don't even put them in alliance. Just play them, see how the first level goes. All right? Look at the events. Look at what the alliance are doing. Monitor the world chat. Do multiples so that you are on multiple servers, right? That gives you a feel of the game. You'll see if it is a toxic community, what kind of power level you can look at. If you monitor the game for a month, you'll be able to see the growth rate on the server, so you'll be able to gauge your own growth rate, right? And then you go into the shop and you look at everything that is available, all right? And you make calculation based on it, on what it yields, right? To see if it's worth investing in. And by doing some basic research and by analyzing some stats, because once you open the game, you have access to all the stats of the immortals and stuff, so you can already start to figure out what would your end game look like depending on your budget, and then plan accordingly on your spendings. All right, so I recommend those are very good. All right, but those are for regular spenders, but those are very good. The rewards they yield are decent, and they give you these little babies that would enable you to buy this, among other things. This is the only thing that I'm saying it's worth it here. All right, but as far as Fragment is concerned, you have your daily gift free here, and then what I advise is, of course, buying speed ups, but be careful on the size of the speed up. All right, so that you buy the proper size to rush up the jobs in events. Don't use those if you're not aiming for tops in events, all right? Otherwise, you're wasting invaluable resources. Sorry. All right, sorry. Cough and cough. People at war know why. Anyways, can say that on YouTube. So that Kingdom supplies. I advise you to buy the 30-day gem supply. All right, it's worth it for a starting castle. Do it once. 7 day speed up depending on the type of spender you are. I advise to buy it for 28 days if you are aiming for a fast level 30 castle. The rest you can do without. All right, don't spend money on resources in any shop ever. They are free. Just be patient. Growth Farm, that is very nice indeed. I bought it. It is a really nice gem rebate. All right, gems are the muscle of this game. All right, they enable you to do lots of stuff. By buying this out, I'm insured of rewards all the way up. All right. So 32, just blah, 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 38, you see, up to 40 until I open my T5. Of course, they're not going to give me more gems after I open my T5. But this is a sizable amount that you're getting. This will ensure that you have a steady access to those. You need some time to relocate and especially reset talents. This is one of the key to be able to grow fast, low cost, but still cost. It is the reset talent, as I've explained before in other videos. Gem shop. You can buy once, all right, if you are really needy. You can buy once because they give you the extra, basically 100% extra. So it's worth it. Afterward, never buy gems, ever. All right. So that covers it here. There is another item in the starting things that you can get that I don't remember its name. That is very useful also. Now, what else? What else would you really want to spend on? Well, okay. Things like this, the snow festival, there is a buy-in and a pass as well. If you go, those are earned from buying packs, specific winter packs. Not for everybody, all right. It's loaded with goodies, all right. Why I bought it to a certain level? It's because I wanted this permanent, all right. Why? It is a hand game castle. This is why I bought it. Gold production is something that you will need when you open the T5, when you level up eye level immortals. When you do eye level research, everything's gonna cost you massive gold. This is an end game castle. This, you will be wearing this all year long except when you're fighting. You want 2 skins, all right. There's a lot of skins and they're all cool and this and that, but there's only 2 skins you really want. You want a gold producing skin, all right, and you want a war skin. Those are the 2 must for a pay player, even a medium pay player. So target events the medium pay player to get a castle skin. All right, get a hand game skin. So be patient before spending. So winter warmth, gold producing, perfect for a hand game castle, and a war skin. If you want to invest in a third one, invest in a gathering skin for events. All right, that's basically it. You're not going to wear the gold and gathering skin at the same time, of course, but when you are in specific events where gathering matters, it's really nice to have the gathering skin. It gives you an edge to go on the top levels. All right, and of course those things comes usually with perks. You know, you can decorate, like here, you can decorate. What I always do, all right, is that I open the first level. Here, you can open the second level for 3,500 gems, all right, get more rewards. I made the calculation here. It's worth it because actually you're getting back 2,900 if I remember correctly, 2,800 if I remember correctly, something like that. So you're about 700 in the whole gem wise, but you look at what you're getting, it's a lot, and it's one of the few sources where you can get those hats without paying money, but paying gems for it, which is another way of paying money really, but still. So this one, like, you can open, so I recommend opening the $5 one and the gem one. You wait for the third one to see how far you progress on that scale. If you can get the max reward, well, I'll let you decide yourself if 20 bucks is worth spending. But int. All right, plus int, more int. I guess you're getting the picture. All right, this, and especially these. This is priceless, especially in cut. So it's worth considering. You have to make yourself a budget when you play those games from the start. I'm gonna invest that much in my castle and no more. You have to stick with it, because otherwise you're gonna create a money pit, and this is not the point. All right, we're playing these games to have fun, not to get broke. So next, well, that'll cover it pretty much for the spendings, all right? Except maybe, let's say, one more thing. I'm gonna go back into the shop and talk specifically about something, and it's these. All right, the 100 bucks packs. Certain 100 bucks pack are really worth it. First, this is why you never buy gems by themselves. You pay $100, you get 1,215, 12,050, yeah, 12K. All right. Go into the gem shop, pay 100 bucks, you get 12K. What's the point? Really, what's the point? All right. You'd rather get all the extra goodies for the same price. But at the same time, if you're going to do this, target very specific immortals. You need very specific ones that can be used, reused, and abused. All right? He is one of them. Other thing, only one pack is needed. Once you have the immortal open, it'll show up in the shop. So you can build him from the shop. Be patient. You'll be building him. All right. Genghis Khan, why? I've explained a bit in the attack line videos. All right. I'll go deeper into this in a immortal video where I'll be covering everything about the immortals, so that people really get everything about the immortals. But this guy can be played in so many archetypes that it is a worthy investment, because you can switch him from line to lines. He'll be effective as long as you can keep resonance 4, of course. All right. When you're building your line, it's quite okay to have resonance 3. Once it's a fighting line, of course, you need resonance 4. So that's it. All right. That is the pack I wanted to cover. Otherwise, don't spend on this. This can be worth it if you're rushing for a specific reason. War Machine, I don't like to buy that much. Miracle Cure, I don't like to buy that much. Stack them up instead. You're getting them free from many sources. Stack them up for KVK and PvP. Resource you don't want. Mass mobilization is nice when you have events that really needs AP. Then again, don't buy too much to try and win top level. I mean, if you're going for top level, be a whale or don't spend. All right. Sorry. All right. When I say don't be a whale or don't spend. I mean, when you're trying to get like in the top of cut, all right? If you're not a spender, so without being a whale, but if you're not a spender, if you haven't spent money on your castle, you cannot hope to dream to steal a top 5 position in a cut. Maybe in one aspect of the cut you can by piling up lots of stuff, all right, for a while, and maybe you can steal that one at if you do it at a proper time, but you won't be able to steal the whole thing. Whales will be whales, they'll steal it away from you, and then you'll cry. So you don't throw in money to get the rewards of cuts. Those are only for the whales, really. So don't even bother trying to get the top 5 rewards. They're very seducing, but even at top levels, you're considering if it's really worth investing. I mean, if the guy offered is not something you're working on or planning to work on or whatever, then you're not even trying hard. You're just going to go for the usual rewards, and because you're big, you're gonna score high anyways. Mid players, you can spend a little bit, all right, to get, let's say, top 20 overall, all right. Even then, I don't really advise it. To me, it's a waste of money. But hey, your dime, you decide. All right, so that's it for the most of the spending aspect. So really focus on a budget and target specific products that you need to be successful. Now, building a castle from ground up. First thing first, those things. Too many people underrate this. You have to max those all right, as much as possible at all time. They are invaluable to help you grow, even if you're on a war server, a peace server, or a whatever server. This will steadily produce RSS. You might not be able to gather for many reasons, but this will always be yours. So invest in it. Build them first. That'll speed up and lessen the cost of your things, and that way you don't have to spend gems on resources. Get it, people? Alright, this is the only place you can't really max out. And the reason why is that dwellings are very expensive, so you go slower on the dwelling. Of course, you make sure to have one maxed out for requirement to level up the castle eventually. So this is really your freaking backbone. All right. The rest, pretty easy. Follow the quest line. All right. Just follow the quest line and follow the castle requirements. All right, you look at the castle requirements. I need this and this to level up the castle. Then you start working on those. The building that you need do have prerequisites, so you will have to work on those first. And plan how much this is going to cost you, plus look at how much leveling it up you have to do before launching this. That will give you a total of resources needed to launch the whole project. Then it's easy to figure out how much you're gathering a day in resources, so you can plan and say, okay, I can get my castle done in that much time, or okay, that week I'm gonna play more, so I can activate boost, do this, do that, and rush. All right, you get the point. But calculate the resources needed for a rush. Every time you level up at every level 5s, you need to take a step back and don't go for the castle. Oops, sorry about that, people. There, sorry about that. I'm not at my best at the moment. Okay. I'll fix that later. So what I mean is I even lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. All right. So when you go into increments, right? At the level fives, what I mean is that you need time to bring up all the buildings to par, all to 25. You bring them all right? It's not required for the castle, but you do, because when you're going to try and rush to level 30, because it's really a race to level 30. Once you have the level 30 castle, you can breed, all right? You have reached enough strength that you can actually be efficient, get rewards, and take your time in growing. You're not going to get struck by everybody on the server at the whims. Okay? So you take time to bring the infrastructure up, all right? And then you start working Castle 26, Castle 27, Castle 28. At 28, and every 8, all right? What you do is, again, you bring the building ups, all right, before upping the castle. Why you do this? It's simply because bringing up the buildings, especially the hospital, the warehouse, the forge, those three are very cheap to build. So it gives you a break on resources and helps you pile them up, all right? And that way reach the critical mass you need to make the push through. So when you go at 28, why again? It's because there'll be barracks that are lower than the rest, and you will need those barracks ups to open the T1s, T2, 3s, 4, 5s. All right. So you want to spend the resources now instead of rushing the castle and then having to rush all those. This is how you spend unnecessary money. All right. If you don't level up here at 8 and then rush the castle and then you want to open the extra troop, you're gonna be anxious. You're gonna want to show up and everything. You're gonna want to get more power to get access to better reward. So you're gonna speed up. Speed up is gonna cost you eventually somehow. On the resources, you're gonna spend gems, or on the speed ups, you're gonna spend money, so on and so forth. So do that. All right. Wishing Fountain is always, as soon as it's open, always max. This is a very nice resource producing thing. All right, so you want it max, and it's not costly to max, as you can see. This is really cheap, so it's a really other good building right after the castle. You have that. It's a cheap cost that gives you time to build back resources. All right. Furthermore, we go into the prey section. Once you have taken all your frees, all right, look at how many items you have done. Like right now, I can do 17, right? So every day I spend a little gem to buy 3 more, all right? So that way I get the reward for 20. There's no waste. And this is, for 3 gems, this is worth it. All right. So I spend it. If I don't get really good extras, I won't. Like, this is the level that you really want, because the 60-minute dragons are very useful. You pack them up, right? And in special events like one that we're having right now with the pass, there is a requirement done by speeding up, using speed up dragons only. So this is how you can win this without buying packs. You pile those up, and you get them from the Goddess Gift world. Of course, that's for high level players, but still, high level players, it's the same as everybody. Gotta be careful with the budget. Don't have an infinite credit card, do you? If you do, well, do what you want. All right, next thing, when you're building academy, as soon as it's open, research. this section. This is what you want to max. All right. First, don't bother spending military points at first. Your T1s won't hurt anyone. Your T2s won't hurt anyone. So why bother investing in them? Invest in something that will give you T3s faster, cheaper. Invest in this. And T4s and T5s. Like, you aim to max them out, all right? I am behind here, and the reason why I'm behind here, and I'm making them as I go right now, is simply because I suffered war times, and also when I entered war, well, there was stuff that was military that was required to be done, so I needed to be I built up a strong castle to help my alliance. So I invested into the military talents early, like T3s, heavily in the military, starting from T3s, to be able to fight effectively. But for other people, when you get the T3s, that's when you start to put in the military. But first, always max this out, especially this, the speedy construction. This is why it's important to have your building following, because you build your tower, you'll get more levels, all right? So you build those. The farm expansions and everything, you do, but at a slower rate, because you're cashing them in. You are an active player. You're cashing in your resources. You don't need them to be that big. When you come back to the game, usually they are not red, overflowing with resources that you have lost. All right. So you invest, but you don't have to invest as much first. Once you reach the T5s level, you want this open. All right. And you want this open because you will need gold. What do you think? This is a late research. All right, so this is where you invest first. Once you, like I said, once you go T3s, you start investing massively in this and this. All right, when I say massively, it's massively here and less massively here. And some here as well. These are very nice, cheap research that you can do while you are in an event that generates points from research. All right. Usually they are mixed with a building also scoring point phase at the same time. So what you do is that you launch these. They don't cost much resources, as you can see. It's really cheap to upgrade them. That's why I'm sitting back on them, because I'm going to use them in an event soon. But so you're scoring points from this, and then you're scoring point from your building as well, and you're not spending too much resources to score point with research. So that's a nice way of maximizing your points. Int. All right. So that covers it for the talent for this starting castle. All right. I'm very tempted into getting into the Immortals, starting Immortals. We'll do an overview again. But I'm not going to dwell very deep here. All right. Basically, like this, I didn't pay money to get. All right. I got them all free. Didn't buy even the VIP chest for her. All right. It's basically here. Don't invest in water. That's my first thing. All right. This is not worth investing, but you need to invest in it at first to get a workable line. Raise it up a bit. Like you see, I got it to level 21. I didn't go crazy on their individual level. Like Harold, yes, is leveled up nicely because he's gold and he can be used somewhere else. Same thing with Merlin, but I wasn't aggressive on the shards. I passed them in the market for now. All right, even though you see I'm just 40 away, I see 10s all the time of Merlins in the market. Even in the Mysterium, I see him a lot, and I'm not even spending it on him yet. He's good though. This guy can be used in many archetypes. His magical damage combined with proper talents, these guys can actually rock. All right, but you don't invest heavily in him. You are busy building your attack line. Your attack line should be something like earth or fire or wind. Though I have already explained all the reasons, this and that and why. All right, I'm gonna go through a video where I'm gonna go through each and every immortal and each and every thing again. All right, and why we pick one immortal over another, and what we can actually consider to be playable and what is not playable. But that will take a whole video. So that's it for this spending building guide video. So this is the 24th. Merry Christmas again, people. Ho, ho, ho. Take care, everybody. Wish you all the good health you can wish for. It's priceless. Wish you to be with your family and everything, because hey, those moments never come back. And for the rest, well, just take it smooth and be happy. You know, there's nothing in life, even the worst catastrophe, that's worth crying over too long. Okay, you have to cry on some stuff, but never cry on spilled milk. All right. So this was Dentatus Gamer with Opinion. One last note, I still have more than 300 people, 300% people that are not subscribed to the channel that are watching, meaning that I have 100 returning viewers that are watching and not hitting the subscribe button. Maybe today as a Christmas gift, you'll hit it and get the notification bell as well. Please like, comment, especially comment, please. Ask your question in there. I'm answering them very fast. And also your appreciation comments, that so I can improve this thing. Because I'm going to do this for a little while. So there's a lot to talk about. All right. So until next time, this was Gamer with Opinion, Dentatus. Wishing you Merry Christmas.